All right, great job yesterday. This is my face. This is what I look like. I've got a big old beard and I smile a lot underneath my mask. You'll see this in the video, but probably not in our classroom for a little while. Anywho, I really enjoyed meeting you. You're gonna do great at this. Our first lesson that we're gonna start off with isn't the last time we're ever gonna do it. We're gonna keep doing these over and over and over again. They're called pancake lessons. At a certain point when you do stop doing these lessons, they'll be replaced with a more intricate lesson that will inevitably make you a stronger player with muscle mobility and remembering where fretboard memorization is. But that's a little bit of the future. As I said, if at any point in this time where you do not enjoy learning the music theory aspect of this and it's just whoop all the time, we can slow it down and just play chords and learn how to play them together and what fits together. But knowing why is an amazing way, because only so many people in the world can actually speak the language of music. There's only 7 letters, but it seems complicated, and it's not. Everything that we do is a building lesson. Every time we build a new idea and a concept, we stack upon it until we have this huge structure of knowledge. The first part of knowledge is getting accustomed to where your fingers are on this fretboard. So, our first lesson is going to be first fret with the first finger, second fret with the second finger, third fret with the third finger, and fourth fret with the fourth finger. You don't need to keep your fingers on here to get that last note to ring out, because the action of changing the note distance between the nut and the saddle lengthens and shortens the frequency depending on going up when you sharpen a note or flattening a note when you go down. So if we had a C major and we went up a half step, we would have a C sharp major, and then a D, and then a D sharp. Long story short, we'll get into all the aspects of what everything's called. But for right now, lesson 1, first finger, top node, little pluck on here with their strings, right? So we've got first finger, second finger, third finger, fourth finger. We're gonna go to the next string, which is gonna be our C sharp. So C sharp, D, D sharp, E, and then we're gonna go to the next string. Then the next string, B flat, B, C, C sharp. If you get all the way through these and your fingers make great connection and you can hear all the notes, try and go down. Same concept, you're gonna wanna make a nice loud noise with it. And when you get all the way through these, do them again. Take 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes at night, and that inevitably doing it every day will lead us to do something like this. The chord we're working on today is going to be the C major. We know this and we practiced it playing it with each finger, which is part of lesson 2. But lesson 1 correlates by saying, if we get to that note up there and stop with our finger, that naturally is the finger that should play that fret. Third finger, third fret. And if we could associate the idea that first finger, second finger, third finger, and fourth finger, our thumbs, first finger, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, also have a node here, and a node here. They all do different things. But for today, we're going to play our C in our rhythm for lesson 2. The rhythm is going to be down, 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 down. That's with the back of our fingernails on all of our fingers. And then with our thumb, we're going to use the back of our thumbnail to come up and do like a rake. When you go slow, it sounds like ting, 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 because the 4 strings. But when you go fast, it just sounds like a strum. What happens is when you lose this crazy gait up here of trying to rock star it out and you start focusing more on just the wrist going up and down, you get a little bit more precision. So our second lesson is going to be the C major, starting with our third finger, and we're going to alternate our fingers with the rhythm. Ready? Play along with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, ready and go with down, 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 up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, 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 down. Notice how I switched my fingers in the beginning of the measure change. 1 and 2 and ready for the switch, and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, get ready for the switch with your fingers, and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and ready for the switch, and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2, get ready for the switch, and 1. Make sure that you're using the back and the front of your fingernails to play these louds to get louder. Forte! little pianissimo. And once you go through this maybe 5-10 times, just play it in the morning, 5 minutes in the morning and 5 minutes at night. When we do both of these lessons every day for 1 week, by the end of the week, we should successfully go from the awkwardness of finding the note to the joy of being able to move between notes. And all this does is strengthen, so when we're playing at this tempo, it gives us finger mobility, so we're able to play these complex rhythms when it comes down to just scales. That last phrasing of notes wasn't diatonic. It didn't go half step, half step, half step, half step, half step. It actually went whole step, whole step, whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step. And when we do whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step, we make a major scale. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. But being able to play those notes will be a lot easier if we've got our fingers ready to play on these strings. A side note, if you would like to, is switch your finger on your right hand. You don't necessarily always have to do a pluck with the first finger. When you get up and down with all these fingers, try using your middle finger. All this does is it strengthens the correlation between your processing unit, the two hemispheres of your brain, and the motor skills that you're going to be using and developing. Our rhythm exercise that we did was fun as well. What we can do is just keep the 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then with the other hand, our right hand, keep 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. If it's weird playing on the same one that's going up and down, don't accent the foot so much. And just concentrate on putting the hand on the other leg, which isn't even moving for this exercise. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And remember, we're gonna put emphasis on the 2. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 with the other hand. And that will give us a standard rock beat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, dun, dun, dun. Ah? If you need at any time, slow this down or speed it up at the little 3 dots up here. There's a place where you can choose to go slower or faster. I know that I have a tendency to talk a little fast sometimes, so if I ever overwhelm you, or if I over talk too fast, say, hey, Wago, can you slow it down? I did not catch that thing. There's nothing wrong with being able to learn how to play a chord, but if you learn how to play a chord wrong, and then you actually learn how to play it right, it becomes beautiful. That distance between the wrong note that becomes the right note is awesome. And I want to show you how to read this music, how to feel this music, and how to hear it out in the world. So remember, take deep breaths and count to 4 when you're walking and exhale. So deep breath, 4 paces, exhale. It'll help us feel 1, 2, 3, 4. If you're walking fast, of course, that's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. But have fun with the idea of rhythm and math work hand in hand. Learning the instrument is just getting a core group of patterns. And what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be working on, actually, let me see if I can flippity flop this. Yes. What we're gonna be doing is working on the major chord of C. We're gonna be playing it with all of our different fingers. Then we're gonna be working on D, E, F, G, A, and then B. B has its own separate exercise, but every single one of these can be played 2 or 3 different ways depending on where we put our fingers. I kind of showed this in the C with the C, 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 but if we were playing another chord that involved more than just one finger, we would actually be moving. So I'm gonna show you another way to play C. We're gonna take our first finger, the first node, and go to the 3rd fret, right? We're normally used to playing C like that. You could also play C like this. All the same notes, and I'll explain why in our next lesson. A little cliffhanger for us. But we take the first note of the 3rd fret and we play the 1, 2, 3, the 3rd note, which is a C, and then we play the 1, 2, 3, 3rd note, which is a G. So we play both the C and the G together. And then with this middle finger, we put it on the 4th fret and we play an E. And then this finger is going to be playing the unison note. Same note, 2 different strings, same note. That's what that looks like. This shape is actually another chord, but when you scoot it up, as we said, it makes a different chord. So what we have is this is a way to play C, this is a way to play C, and then this is a way to play C. As you can see, I played it a bunch of different ways, and what I want to do is show you how to use your fingers in different ways to accomplish the same goal. Inevitably, once we get just these 7 chords, we're going to put them together with and make some music together. I really enjoyed meeting you, and I'm looking forward to seeing you next week. Aloha.